What is up, guys? My name is Zion, and today I'm going to be going over the speech of the Third Army by General George Patton. Yeah, first off, I'm going to read about maybe 5, 6, 7 paragraphs, and then I'm going to go back and talk about each one in like specific parts of it. Yeah, let's go straight in. Be seated. Men, all this stuff you hear about America not wanting to fight, wanting to stay out of the war, is a lot of bullshit. Americans love to fight. All real Americans love the sting and clash of battle. When you were kids, you all admired the champion marble shooter, the fastest runner, the big league ball players, and the toughest boxers. Americans love a winner and will not tolerate a loser. Americans play to win all the time. That's why Americans have never lost and will never lose a war. The very thought of losing is hateful to Americans. Battle is the most significant competition in which a man can indulge. It brings out all that is best, and it removes all that is base. You are not all going to die. Only 2% of you right here today would be killed in a major battle. Every man is scared in his first action. If he says he's not, he's a goddamn liar. But the real hero is the man who fights, even though he's scared. Some men will get over their fright in a minute under fire, some take an hour, and for some it takes days. But the real man never lets his fear over death overpower his honor, his sense of duty to his country, and his innate manhood. All through your Army career, you men have bitched about what you call this chicken shit drilling. This is all for a purpose, to ensure instant obedience to orders and to create constant alertness. This must be bred into every soldier. I don't give a fuck for a man who's not always on his toes, but the drilling has made veterans of all you men. You're ready. A man has to be alert at all time if he expects to keep on breathing. If not, some German son of a bitch will sneak up behind him and beat him to death with a sock full of shit. There are 400 neatly marked graves in Sicily, all because one man went to sleep on the job. But they are German graves because we caught the bastard asleep before his officer did. An army is a team. It lives, eats, sleeps, and fights as a team. This individual hero stuff is bullshit. The bilious bastards who wrote the stuff for the Saturday Evening Post don't know any more about real battle than they do about fucking. And we have the best team. We have the finest food and equipment, the best spirit and the best men in the world. Why? By God. I actually pity those poor bastards we're going up against. All the real heroes are not storybook combat fighters. Every single man in the army plays a vital role, so don't ever let up. Don't ever think that your job is unimportant. What if every truck driver decided that he didn't like the whine of the shells and turned yellow and jumped headlong to a ditch? That cowardly bastard could say to himself, hell, they won't miss me, just one man in thousands. What if every man said that? Where in the hell would we be then? No, thank God Americans don't say that. Every man does his job, every man is important. The ordnance men are needed to supply the guns, the quartermasters are needed to bring up the food and clothes for us because where we're going there isn't a hell of a lot to steal. Every last damn man in the mess hall, even the one who boils the water to keep us from getting that GI shits, has a job to do. Each man must think not only of himself, but to think of his buddy fighting alongside him. We do not want yellow cowards in the army. They should be killed off like flies. If not, they'll go back home after the war, goddamn cowards, and breed more cowards. The brave men will breed more brave men. Kill off the goddamn cowards and we'll have a nation of brave men. Okay, well that is it. I'm gonna go back up, and talk about some stuff. Wanting to stay out of the war is a lot of bullshit. Americans love to fight. All real Americans love the sting and clash of battle. And for example, basically, the Vietnam War, Korean War, we got involved for really no reason. It was their conflict, but we decided to join in. Because why not? We just love battle, and he says it right there. And you all admire the champion marble shooter. Basically, the champion ignored the pain because flicking the marbles is very painful, but the champion ignored it and took all the marbles. The fastest runner, the big league ball players, and the toughest boxers. Americans love a winner and not tolerate a loser. Americans play to win all the time, and he says it right there. Americans hate to lose. We only like to win. That's why Americans have never lost and will never lose a war. The very thought of losing is hateful to Americans. Throughout American history, we Americans have not lost a war, but you can count the War of 1812 maybe as a loss. It was considered a standstill, so either way, it could be a win or loss, but overall, we have not lost a war. You are not all going to die. Only 2% of you right here today would be killed in a major battle. Basically, he points out that you will most likely not die, and if you do, you will not go down in history. But the real hero is the man who fights, even though he's scared. What this means is, courage is not an absence of fear, but the ability to overcome fear. All through your armor career, you men have bitched about what we call this chicken shit drilling. And what this is before you become a soldier, or to become a soldier, you must go through tons of training, and you must be trained psychologically and physically. So yeah, it's very difficult. A man has to be alert all the time if he expects to keep on breathing. And what he means by this is, if you're alert, you'll be fine, but if you're slacking, you'll most likely die. So yeah. If not, some German son of a bitch will sneak up behind him and beat him to death with a sack full of shit. There are 400 neatly marked graves in Sicily, all because one man went to sleep on the job. But they are German graves, because we caught the bastard asleep before his officer did. And what this is just showing General Patton's humorous sides. An army is a team. It lives, eats, sleeps, and fights as a team. This individual hero stuff is bullshit. And he says it blatantly. An army isn't one person, it's a team. There's no one hero. All the real heroes are not storybook combat fighters. Every single man in the army plays a vital role, so don't ever let up. Don't ever think your job is unimportant. What if every truck driver decided that he didn't like the whine of the shells and turned yellow and jumped headlong into a ditch? That cowardly bastard could say to himself, hell, they won't miss me, just one man in thousands. What if every man said that? What in the hell would we be then? No, thank God Americans don't say that. Every man does his job and every man is important. And he says it again, blatantly. Everyone must work together. The army does not function if they're not working together. Each man must think not only of himself, but to think of his buddy fighting alongside him. We do not want yellow cowards in the army. They should be killed off like flies. If not, they will go back home after the war, goddamn cowards, and breed more cowards. The brave men will breed more brave men. Kill off the goddamn cowards, and we'll have a nation full of brave men. And what this is saying, basically, General Patton did not like cowards, and he says it right here, he really does not like them, and that's basically what it means right there. Okay, that is everything, and yeah. Peace.